This working? Click, click. Test, test. Is it live? It says. What does it say? It says dropped frames. Why is it dropping frames? What's wrong with this thing? Test, test, everybody. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Eyes and ears. Is everything open towards being on the live stream? Yeah? Oh my god. Why is there so many people waiting? What are you waiting for, chat? What are you waiting for? There's nothing to wait for today other than awesome content and further waiting, because we need to collect everybody in the beehive. You have this beehive and we need to wait for the other bees to come around. You're waiting for the best live stream on the internet, and before we get anywhere with the best live stream, we gotta collect the bees. We gotta collect them all right? So for now, we're gonna wait a bit, a very small bit, like 8 bits, 16 bits, for everybody to come round, because we gotta wait for the people in Australia too. I guess a few more hours. Are you guys alright with that? I guess you'd be alright. Let's see what you guys have been chattering about. So test subject 2056 talking about that. He's never seen me before, but this channel is Half-Life, and that's what bloody matters. Awesome test subject. I hope you're still here and waiting, or maybe you'll come around. I don't know. So how is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I see unpronounceable in the chat. Regulars. Of course, I can't see Australian duck. Hello, Roblox. And Tazelwork says that the plot twist is the Combine are innocent because their goggles are pyrovision. How are they innocent if goggles are pyrovision? Are you telling me pyro is innocent? Are you telling me that all that wickedness that spews fire everywhere around towns, around innocent people, is innocent itself? No. Well, maybe it is, but it's through the point of view of the pyro. All right, so as we wait, you can ask. Go ahead, spew your heart in a good way. Put it on the table, unravel it, unroll the paper, as one would say. And we'll soon continue, because the topic for today has been chosen to be something related from last stream. And you could say, oh, Marcos, what was last stream? I'm glad you didn't ask, and I asked. It was about Breen cast. Breen, mostly about Dr. Breen and why he was a victim. A victim of a system far greater than our brains could even comprehend. And that system, we figured it out, that everything boils down to him wanting to not sacrifice, but preserve the human race. That is what we came down to. That is what we figured out. All right? Pick up the can. Pondus Boy Official. That is a matter that we cannot even understand, why the cop said pick up the can. All we know is that he's been forced to say oh, right. Yeah. Radiation hazard, welcome to the stream. I can see you, I can hear you. Do you think Combine are saving humanity, or Combine are doing a wicked thing like what has been written in holy books about the devil? Are Combine devil? What is Combine, right? So you can see also new additions to the overlay. We have a go. I can't even point to blood yet. Should I point that direction? Come on. Yeah. So we have a goal, which is like a collection of how much we managed to total for the month. So if we can get to the goal, it would make it green, which means more nuts for the stream. Would we like more nuts? Of course, but I don't see Heiji in the chat, and I am sad. But nevertheless, I think we can start very soon, by the way. Somebody has another question. Lim Yong-Guan. You want to be noticed. That's your question. Do I notice you? I did, but you gotta make it bigger. You gotta make it greater. You gotta make the question great again. The super protection has depression over here. Says Hem the Bub Man. Yeah, this is pretty much what I'm also gonna bring forth, but the main topic would be the Combine. So Radiation Hazard says that he has no idea how the Combine will be saving humanity. You feel... okay, so you kind of make me want to start talking about it. All right. So actually, let's go. Anyone who's missing out, you can go back in time in the playlists and find the history that brought us to wherever you've caught up with the stream. Okay. The Combine. First of all, this name Combine is a slur. It's like saying the N-word on stream. Of course, for context purposes, YouTube, the Combine is not something at all closely even imaginable to be rivaled with the N-word or whatever word you've been using to ban people on the platform. It's fictional, so shut the fuck. All right? The Combine is actually called the Universal Union. What is the Universal Union, right? Universal Union is the official name that the Combine actually has. The Combine is something that humans use to pretty much simplify the concept they can't really understand with their brains. Am I insulting everybody at this moment in time? No, I'm not insulting anybody, all right? Because, hear me out, humans tend to try and oversimplify things they don't understand. They try to imagine things that pretty much explain what things could be, what things should be, even if they're not. So the Combine is a way to explain everything that's being combined into one single entity, which is this new, is it even intergalactic? Let me just check if the word is intergalactic. Intergalactic. What is this? What? I don't, Chad, don't Google intergalactic. What if the G-Man was the real villain preventing humanity and the aliens from befriending each other? Asks Stays Works. It's far-fetched that you can say it's befriending. Okay. So we've made the context that Universal Union is the Combine. And when I say Universal Union, you wouldn't be like, what is he talking about? What Universal Union? Did I go to wrong stream? He's babbling. Is this some kind of hidden advertising? It's like merchandise. I don't want merchandise. I want Combine. Okay. So now you understand that the Combine is Universal Union. Pretty neat, right? Black Mesa, but you get it. Nuts. I pointed the wrong direction, goddamn flipped cameras. Combine is saving the world. Remembering how they made people unable to make children, eat their terrible food and drain the oceans. Yeah, right, says the Hem the Bump Man. We'll get there. We need the context before we get to Earth and its degrading situation of wretched extinction. No more cows, no more chickens, no more... Well, birds are pretty much prevalent, but no more meat, no more cheese. People dream about cheese in this world. You get it? Can you even imagine waking up and remembering a dream about damn cheese? Do you know how much things must have went to hell for you to dream about cheese? And this is it's like I can go to shop right now and have cheese and be so happy because I've used empathy to bring myself to imagine such a bad state of existence where you don't have damn cheese. Chat, would you be able to live in a world without cheese? I'm serious. No, you wouldn't. Game over. Chat, would you rather have a suppression feud or cheese? Would you rather have no suppression field or cheese? Which of the two will you choose? First of all, no suppression field means bad stuff. Suppression field means it don't matter, right? Freedom. You can do it however much you want. Cheese, on the other hand, with it or without it, you're losing a lot. Without it, of course. Nevertheless, let's leave the cheese alone. The Combine stopped portal storms from forming, but only for personal gain to keep the population alive, says HO scientists. Okay. Guys, you're bringing things up. I agree with these things, but let's try. And first explore the psychology of the Combine. So you have this giant empire, which is in the deep length of space. It's somewhere out there within the galaxy, far, far away, requiring portal technology to travel from, two hands, from one point to another point. So the space between these points is so big that they understand that it's pointless to try and actually travel through the space vacuum, but it's way more efficient to use teleportation. The problem with the Combine is that their teleportation is kind of limited, because they can go only forward, but they can't go back, which means the moment they go forward, that party of a war band, the political party, ain't coming back. Oh, Yoshikage, welcome to stream. Point A to point B, yeah. So, rush B or rush A, but no going back, no retreat, no surrender. Only time you surrender is when you go drop dead on floor. And that is when your decision, your option, your purpose achieve. Rush B and never look back. I just quoted Smeagol, by the way, if anybody noticed. So the Combine goes from point A to point B. Yeah. No C. No C. Only A, B. No. What? Oh, Dr. Breen. Dr. Breen has the worst position being humanity's savior. Because last time he talked about how he was pressured by everything around him to be in a position that he is. I'm going to summarize that he was made the poster boy of Earth. He saved Earth, right? He negotiated Earth's surrender. Meanwhile, he was just used for advertisement to make people feel better. Oh, look at this guy. You can trust him. He's entirely human. We haven't put our claws into his back and are manipulating his movements. Although, if you think about it, Breen managed to manipulate better deals for humanity being this puppet anyways. So, he did some good while doing some bad. Okay. So you have the intergalactic... I'm not sure if it's intergalactic. This empire, galactical empire, which is, this is very important because somebody brought it up last time. If that someone is here right now, say, I did it. But if you say I did it, if I don't remember if it was you, anyone can say they did it. So people don't take advantage of my memory. My memory will take advantage, is being taken advantage of. Just don't do it. So the Combine civilization is a type. Give me a second. I think I actually noted that down. Yeah. I think it is. So there is this Kardashev scale. What is a Kardashev scale, chat? Let me tell you, because you need to understand that. In order for us to get deeper into the bowels of understanding. So Kardashev scale is a measurement. It's like you've got a ruler, right? And you've got 1 centimeter or 1 yard to 50,000 yards, or 1 centimeter to 20 centimeters. And that's the scale. And if we're going to measure like a ruler, you have a ruler, right? And you have humanity on 1 or 0 centimeters. The Combine are around 10 centimeters. So they're bigger. They're bigger than humans, all right? They're bigger, that's it. Which in the Kardashev scale is considered a type 2. A type 2, which means that they can control, multitude of planets around the sun. A stellar civilization, So they can control all that and harvest the resources. Get the efficiency out of it. Get the efficiency out of the resources of the stellar system, which is all the planets around the sun, including the sun. Which means they can build a Dyson sphere. You guys know what's a Dyson sphere? Come on, you've seen Guzguzziat. So they build a Dyson sphere around the sun and collect its energy. That's what the Combine are able to do. That's what they're doing. What do you think they get their energy from? Old dinosaur bones or disgusting oil or wood? Of course they don't waste their time with that. They collect sun. They collect sun. And those resources they collect, it benefits the empire. But the empire is so big, it's so big, that they need an incredible amount of resources. And the only way to get them, the only way to fuel, to put wood in the stove, to make it crazier, make it cozier in this dark and cold place that is the universe, they need a lot of resources. Which means they cannot really be empathic to some monkeys. Do you get it? It's like we're these monkeys, which, by the way, we are actually devastating forests on this damn earth where monkeys live. Monkeys live, and we're destroying forests and this and that. So we're pretty much doing what the Combine would be doing to us. How is it any different? Lim Jong-wan says that he's getting very tired and he wishes to donate. Do not worry, Lim Jong-wan. You're donating your time, and anything else you can figure out as time flows by, right? Thank you for being here, and if you need to go, do not worry. This will be saved in the time vast continuum of history. Let me just click up key. Oh God, no. What is going on? Windows Update. No, chat. Windows Update, is this a joke? Last time I had a Windows Update, my whole computer crashed and I had to reinstall the OS. My goodness. Let me just see your comment, chat. Humanity is about 1.8 centimeters. Oh, great. But back, Afghani, what the fool is going on? We are exploring the Combine Empire. That's what's going on. More like... Alright. So now we've explored why humanity is acting not much that different than the Combine Empire. The Lambda Genesis says, yeah, but the wood and paper companies, the less corrupt ones, replant the trees so their businesses don't die. Talking about the monkey point. Sure, but it's still about profit. It's still devastation. It's still immoral to these chimps, to these monkeys, which is the metaphor for humanity. You have this incredibly big empire. So you understand that this empire is huge. This empire is huge. It needs a lot of resources to sustain itself. It understands that if it doesn't harvest more of the resources, then it on itself might collapse. It might stop existing because there's not enough fuel to keep the car going. There is not enough fuel to keep food on the table. And people go crazy when there is no longer food on the table. We've seen it happen. 3 days without food is something that is able to bring forth the worst in a person. All right? So this Combine is constantly constantly burning that fuel to sustain its incredible vastness. Just think of how many species need to be controlled, need to be advised. And then you have humanity, a small planet in the middle of nowhere, which is ripe for the harvesting, ripe for taking the water, which is a very valuable resource. You think the combine don't need water? They don't need sustenance? They require this incredible fuel to sustain themselves. And they what do they see? They see the waste of resources. They see war. They see mismanagement. They see a lot of would it be division? The resources are divided. The resources are being wasted. Hey, it brings a valid point. So you got Black Mesa, and if we remember in Opposing 4, Black Mesa was totally nuked. Mr. Freeman? That is... I don't know. 1 year, pre Half-Life VR. Okay, so Black Mesa was completely devastated from the face of the Earth. So the Combine manages to finally get a link to Xen. This is canon. And they notice that all of this trash is happening on Earth. Radiation poisoning. Climate change and all that. They're already disrupting the Earth's ability to sustain itself. So Combine come from space. And they see all this bad stuff happening on Earth. And they be like, oh my God. We've got to deliver them. We've got to bring them to our ranks. We've got to see if they are worthy of the Empire. They are already destroying themselves. They are having regional wars. They are having nuclear disasters. They are mismanaging resources and are making electricity like idiots. What is this? They are burning fossil fuels. Why are you burning fossil fuels? Why not take the energy of star and turn it into your source of electricity? Why don't you use a core, like a very contained core of a little star, and use it as electricity? But no, they make bombs, they burn large amounts of coal, they burn large amounts of wood. For what? For polluting the atmosphere, for destroying the reserves of water? Yeah. Roblox says they see the nuclear explosion in Black Mesa and they came to Earth to check things. Yeah, it's like, what's going on? Not only they have control, they've managed to get to Xen and get the crystals, but now they see Earth and they're like, what are those guys doing? They're killing themselves. You see somebody in that they're harming themselves, what you gonna do? You're gonna go there and you're gonna try and help out, right? What, are you just gonna leave them to keep killing each other? You think something's wrong and you try and help, and the only way you can help is through practical experience, and it's if you just come to Earth and say, hello, hello, we come in peace. What do you think? They might not just destroy the come in peace party? They've already proven to be a hostile species by their actions. They've invaded Xen. Humanity invaded Xen. Why do you think Nihilan invaded Earth? Because Xen was invaded by Earth. They were stealing his crystals, yo. Nihilan was like, stop stealing my crystals, because humans keep stealing and researching crystals. What's that? Researching? Is that some kind of keyword for collecting oil? We aren't smart, we're stubborn donkeys. Yes, Yoshikage. Radiation Hazard says, also they were gonna give us immortality. Bring nations in a bring gas. Yeah, with the symbiosis of man and machine, you achieve immortality. You lose your identity, but you become a part of the ant colony. In this case, it's the space ant colony. You think about space ants, don't think about that movie with the giant ants where like Space Marines kill them. If somebody can plug that in the chat for me to remember the name, that'd be bloody awesome. But they want to acquisition us. They want to make us worthy. They make us worthy of joining Combine Empire, because they cannot just accept monkeys that are gonna start killing each other again inside the Empire. What are they gonna give them the tools to sustain a Dyson sphere? Human monkeys? What if they establish clans and tribes on that goddamn Dyson sphere and destroy it all? Because humans are able to do that. Make stupid sacrifices just to preserve the self in a selfish manner. Example, tyranny and dictators. Isn't that exactly a very nice example? I don't want to give practical historical proof to that. You can Google that yourself. But people make stupid decisions when it's based for themselves. So if you give them control over a colony which has a central, very dangerous resource that's being used as energy, they would detonate that if that means that they would not lose what they have. Even if they lose all control by destroying themselves. That's what a human could do and would do and has done. The Combine punished the Nihilan from his home planet and killed his species. Nihilan saw Earth as a new home. The Combine... No, Lambda Genesis. It's true that Nihilan was in a way an amalgamation of the Combine. But he was invaded. Earth invaded Xen. Nihilan didn't send over a crystal and be like, haha, come here, little boy. No, he didn't. He didn't lure anybody in. Earth went into Xen. Xen didn't go to Earth. It was only when Earth invaded Xen, taking resources, taking wildlife, taking hostages for research, is when Nihiland finally managed to launch the invasion with the help of the unknown benefactors. Alright? Everything was pushed. The right buttons were pushed, the wrong buttons were pushed, and war broke out. Why is there anti-fire behind you? Wait, what? Anti-fire? Oh, you see this fire extinguisher? Asks Babak of Gouffre. Because, Babak, I want to tell you, if I don't have that and thing catches fire here, well, I'm gonna go dead. I'm gonna go dead. I'm gonna drop dead. It's like you see me here, then you don't see me here. That's why that's my only salvation if the worst comes to be. If the Combine invades Earth, that is my only salvation. Because since we're running on fossil fuels, they're gonna break things there on the electricity factory, and I'm gonna get a spike of voltage that's gonna fry everything up and cause a giant fire that burns through cement and melts through titanium. Alright? Radiation hazard. First time watching your stream. This was fun, but I gotta go. Gotta go back to office shift. See ya, radiation hazard. I'm not sure if you're gonna have fun in office shift, but remember, it can never be worse than Black Mesa. The Cooler Walter says, we're just researching, don't worry. They're totally not sent off to weapons research lab. Oh, the scientists, they have weapon. They're researching by killing that head crab. Oh, look, the scientists killed head crab. Don't worry, it's not an act of war. Oh, they crossed your border. They didn't know. Why didn't you tell them? Why was there no barbed wire? Why was there no fence? Where is the fence? You do not. If you do not fend your border, then it is not your border. It's so simple. I don't see fence. Oh, it's mine. These borders are not recognized by the European Union. We take border. Pretty much. The holy fire extinguisher. Yeah, this is my holy fire extinguisher. Maybe, I hope I don't use it. And if I do, well, yeah, I hope, please. You're gonna cause luck to happen, bad things to happen, chat. Best motivational speech ever. It can be worse than Black Mesa. Well, it's true. Think about your life. Think about the worst time in your life. And then remember about Black Mesa. And tell yourself, oh, I'm so lucky not to be there. I'm so lucky I didn't sign a contract that I cannot get out of. I'm so lucky that I'm not in a desert stuck under the earth with radiation everywhere being thrown in pits. I'm so lucky. I ain't gonna get the canker in 1 year because of this radiation leaking everywhere. I'm so lucky. Okay. So chat, help me out. Where did we get to? Where did we get? So we were talking about the Combine Empire, how they're a Type 2 civilization, how they need resources, how they saw like Xen, they took it back because they want Xen a lot because those crystals are very, very efficient. And then they see Earth, bombs, they're destroying themselves, and they'd be like, okay, we want to help them out, we want to ascend them. We want to see if they're worthy of ascension. We want to see if these monkeys can be saved. Hey, how 02015. I don't exactly remember you, but if you keep being regular, I will always remember you, just like Unpronounceable, although he bounced. Unpronounceable, you ran away. Why did you do that? Lambda Genesis says, the Black Mesa facility were insane, seen in questionable ethics. So that is some support for the pro-Combine argument. Black Mesa saw Xen only as a key to teleportation. Nothing more. Not only that, but they were taking as if everything was theirs. They didn't think about the species there. They didn't think about, okay, maybe somebody owns it. They just take it. It's like humans see something and they think it's theirs. Even in our current state of affairs, what do you think is going to happen when we start exploring space? People, companies, it's like corporations are going to start taking pieces of planets and making it their own. And wouldn't they be able to just establish laws on those planets? There are no borders yet for galactical borders. And one way or another, in the future, we will have galactic space borders, whether they be stellar or galactical borders. So you have these corporations which are going to just move around this space. This is actually what I think it was going to happen. And they're going to start taking for themselves, no matter what. Make a profit, right? It's just human nature to want to make a profit. By the way, I haven't actually said that, but do you see this? It says joint community. Who has not joint community? Everyone call to action. The community in Discord. The best place on earth where you can talk about your favorite Combine tyrannical regime. Where you can explore your problems. Tell how bad the government is doing his job. And get punished in labor camp. Without reproductive points. Pay planet tax, yes. Planet. You think that's not gonna exist? Hey, Sir 109, planet tax will be a thing. Just moving around space probably is gonna be a tax. You're gonna be walking, you're gonna be driving on the space highway and you're gonna pay your toll. You're gonna pay the toll, and there's gonna be space pirates and all that crazy stuff. Because why not? There was pirates in the seas on Earth because they could. The seas couldn't be regulated easily. So when things go to space, you think governments will be able to regulate space as easily as they do right now the seas? No, there's going to be space pirates. Can you even imagine that? How do you think space pirates would look like? I'm kind of curious. Anyways, what am I talking about, chat? What are you doing? Maslin Brunner, let's ask the real questions here. What was that? Space pirates. So Jeb just found some space pirates. How did a 1969 Dodge character make its way into Eastern Europe part of the world? Well, what are you talking, Master Brunner? I don't get it. Can you clarify context? Yeah, Roblox says, it's hard to be one. I don't think they got a long life with that job thanks to Freeman. Thanks to Freeman, ain't none to it. The job just got worse, right? Okay, so planet tax. So Laser Cat, yeah, Laser Cat, we're bringing up things that you mentioned and other people mentioned last stream. So the Combine, let's get to the point. I distracted myself too much and I keep looping it's like I have this loop and it's like I'm gonna cause so much heat that it's gonna burn through the damn desk I'm holding my hands to. All right? So the Universal Union the Universal Unions, aka the Combines, goal is to bring stability and prosperity to the Empire. The Empire requires a lot of catering, a lot of control. That's why you have advisors that are overseeing the extraction of resources, the management of planets, is because they need to stop the chaos from spreading, because they've experienced war. They know about the tribulations of monkey. Monkey see, monkey do. You hit monkey, monkey blow up planet, you piece of Yeah? They understand the nature of self-destruction, and they want to reduce it as much as possible, because the universe doesn't have space for any more mistakes. This civilization has probably experienced a lot of downtime, a lot of downfall, a lot of problems. But they've managed to finally find a way to stop the chaos. Even if they stop the chaos by bringing chaos and then order. Because you can't make change without going red. And I'm not promoting that. But if you can make the change with force and then actually enforce the end of chaos, then if you're never a hypocrite, the chaos can never return. Unless some bloody employers send Gordon Freeman to Earth. Unless they send him to Earth to make more chaos. That is when the other party comes, when it's sabotaging. It's sabotaging the made progress just because of a hidden agenda. And you can't really plan against such sabotage. How can the Combine plan that these benefactors are going to send in rogue entities which are going to cause so much destruction? They can't know that, right? This is why the negative guys say, human dumb, Combine smart. Yeah. Yeah. Lasercast, yes, Freeman, Shirik. Anyone play how to get? So we understand that the Combine's goal is prosperity, efficiency, and those goals will be met no matter the cost. They need to bring order to the universe. They need to save the resources that are already there. Because if we believe in, I think it's entropy or something like that, it's that our universe is dying. Everything there is and will be is already there. And one way or another, we're going to live in a cold place as trillions or billions or quadrillions of years pass by. And if the Combine understands that destruction is inevitable in the future, they will take whatever is necessary to preserve themselves and the Empire for as long as damn possible. And if that's gonna be infringing on the copyright rights or the rights and morality, made up morality of humanity, they will transgress that, and they will save humans from themselves, because humans will be enabled to ascend with the pace they're going. Because the Combine's first impression is these monkeys have nuclear warheads. They have the ability to destroy their whole planet. So what, are we just gonna stand there and let it happen? Are we just gonna stand there and be like, okay, the big deal, I don't care, let them figure it themselves out? No, you're gonna go there and you're gonna grab him by the wrist and smack him into the table and tell it, you bad, stop it, stop doing this. Slap 5-10 times, stop doing this. You're harming yourself, you're harming the people around you. Get a grip and ascend. We're gonna give you the choice, we're gonna give you the tutorial, 10 steps to ascend civilization and not destroy planet. Step number 1, stop fucking being monkey, okay? Step number 2, stop making monkey sounds. Step number 3, stop throwing your feces around everyone, all right? All right? Mjolnir! Haha! there is another irregular in chat. Murnal is here, and if you forgot, check Discord now to understand universal unions, beliefs and stuff. And if you want, and you should, top the top D underneath me and bring more nuts to table, because starvation is something that causes human to go crazy. You don't want crazy. Markovas go and delete YouTube channel. He go nuts. He self-destruct because self-preservation. Hey, chat, I need some water because I'm gonna die if I keep talking. What do you think so far, chat, about the Combine and the reasons to what they do? Do you still think that they're villains? Answer me that. Answer me that. And why? Why do you think they're villains? I'm just gonna go around, check what you've written, guys, because I don't want you to leave you astray. Yaslina says, what if Gary's mind is actually canon, but it's a vision in Gordon's head during his time in stasis? Oh, this creativity, right? Sure. All the creative elements of Gary's mod, the creation, and why is all of it is just Half-Life props and maps initially, because Gordon Freeman is dreaming that. Lambda Genesis says, an old nuclear missile destroys the Combine's hope of recapturing Earth in episode 2. It destroys the Combine's hope in saving Earth, not recapturing, in saving it. They're using missiles again. They're using destructions. Why are they doing that? Look, the Citadel blew up. The Combine now thinks, oh my god, these humans are destroying everything they touch. We gave them a Citadel with incredible power and electrical capacity, and they blew it up. Of course, you don't know that it was kind of pushed by the advance. Even so, I don't think... Wait, what am I talking about? Wait, chat. The Citadel wasn't destroyed by the Combine. Gordon Freeman destroyed the Citadel. Hey, humanity is just proving itself time and time again that it's incapable of not destroying stuff. Yeah, Gordon Freeman destroyed the Citadel, so they gave them a incredibly versatile and powerful object of power, because the Citadel had an incredibly sophisticated core, and they blew it up. Humanity just blowing everything they touched. Bloody hell, damn it. Oh my god. It's like Freeman just keeps destroying stuff. And humanity is just failing time and time again, and Breen's like, oh, we can deliver a monkey to Universal Union. We can become citizens of Universal Union. Meanwhile, Freeman comes to City 17 and starts inciting riots and blows up the Citadel. Oh, crying out loud. Masson says that the Combine is saving Earth technically, but for their own benefit, because they don't know how to do teleportation properly, but we do. The Combine understands that if they don't save the resources which Monkey is gonna waste, then those resources will be lost, and by that definition, they will have less time in the universe. Even if it's selfish of them to do that, they are giving humanity a choice to join in the Union, okay? We're giving humanity the ability to join in the Union. And it's through the means necessary, which are immoral to the humanity's point of view, but it's still, in a way, they're trying to save humanity with those actions. Because with control, they can prevent unnecessary conflict. They can prevent destruction. They can prevent the waste of the resources, because they can provide technology and also control that technology for it not to go into the wrong hands, the wrong use, yada yada, right? So even if you've got oppression and all that, once you ascend, once you lose that identity you have and you become part of the ant colony, you will stop caring about your rights, your wants, your needs. Since your needs will be attended to and you will be serving the union. Your goal would be serving the union. And for that, you will have prosperity. And if you just forget about the self and accept that you're part of this great machine that never stops, then you have a great sense of purpose. And there's no longer the need for the self, because you no longer need for yourself. You are doing this for the union, for the universal union. It sounds a bit red, all right? I understand that it sounds red. But red failed because of the self, because of hypocrisy. It was never red to begin with. And if you can have control, efficiency, and understanding, and you can give everyone what they need, then you will have a sustainable future. The moment we are useless to the Combine, we die. Lambda Genesis. We can never be useless. Once, if Breen had managed to deliver humanity to the universal union, humanity becomes a tool for the Combine. And you're no longer useless. You are soldiers, just like every single unworthy species, as Breen calls them. Yeah, Breen's already calling them unworthy species of the Union. You just become a part of the tool. You join the Union, and you get sent on other missions on other planets to conquer other worlds, and take the resources and deliver that back to the Union. Universal Union, not the Soviet Union. Why would they just throw you away? Okay, look, when the Combine invaded Earth, they had to establish dominancy. They could see that humanity had a lot of means to defend themselves. They were very dangerous, and if they wouldn't act quickly, which was the 7-hour war, humanity would have self-destroyed itself in order to preserve its rights, freedoms, and all that stuff. It would have sent off the nukes and destroyed the whole planet in order to protect itself from this unknown threat. So that's why the Combine had to act fast, destroy every single military base, every single military silo. You think they hadn't infiltrated Earth before that? You think they hadn't scouted out everything before they invaded? Of course they did. Of course they did. Lambda Genesis says, also there appears to be no freedom of religion with the Combine. I'm not religious, but that kind of sucks. But why would you need religion, Genesis, when you're in the Universal Union? Why would you need to have a self? Why would you need to have your own thoughts, your own identity? You are part of the... Sorry? You believe in what the Union is doing. You are bringing the Union prosperity. Your sole purpose is to bring forth the Union whatever you can. You're sacrificing yourself for the Universal Union. That's what is your goal now. Because you've ascended, you've understood that there's something greater than just yourself. You no longer are looking for power. You are the tool. You are the hand of the Universal Union that guides it. You are the tool that brings order to the chaos. This is the ascensions. This is the ascension. This is what comes beyond humanity. You merge with machine and you fully understand that the purpose is to preserve. To preserve not only the Union, but yourself by definition, by conjunction with preserving the Union. Because the Union preserves you and you preserve the Union. And in a way, that's kind of like religion. But you no longer need that religion because you're kind of synthetic. You've lost what made you human. And you can say, that's awful. But the Combine doesn't care about your intrinsic values. What it knows is that it needs you to be an efficient machine able to exact decisions and contribute to contribute to the union, is what they think. The Citadel is very tall, and it's like very deep in the earth, and also I think that it's kind of also like digging the earth as well at the same time. Because there's like these thumpers, and it's like there's the giant hole around the Citadel. Of course, the thumpers could be against the antlions, but why would you need such huge thumpers that smash the earth all the time? That smashing is gonna cause a hole one way or another. Mjolnir, what do you know? The Combine says, oh my god, the Combine's in the chat. Human ingenuity was one of the reasons we didn't bump off humanity as well as teleportation. It was humans that gave us helicopter and train, which were monumentally useful in our operation. Yeah, and nuclear warheads, which we tried to destroy ourselves with. Roblox says that I would be happy to hear and join that Combine. Just think about it. If you get offered, if you get taken care of fully, and you're given a purpose to be the tool of something greater than yourself, why would you decline? Would you rather be living in your own life, where at the end you haven't really contributed much to the grander scheme of things, or would you rather be a tool that exacts order to the chaos? It sounds religious even. It's like, look at it. This is a slogan. It's like, if you stay monkey, in the end you wouldn't have achieved anything. If you would have become the tool of the union, then you would have been a great addition, a great contribution to the overall vision of it all. The Land of Genesis says, but still, if they had searched through Earth, wouldn't they have found the missile silo in White Forest? There are many secret bases that a very small amount of people know about. There are many bases that are publicly known about, but there's just a lot of grounds that haven't been covered. And you could say that the missile silo was found and it was not destroyed but emptied, but we don't know where the rocket came from. It could have been scrapped together through the years. They could have destroyed munitions. They could have taken the uranium. But since they took it, they stored it somewhere, right? Because they're storing all that to try and send it off to the Union. Which means that humans have managed to find where it is, because simply humans are actually storing it, and get it back. Yeah? I don't think that the missile at White Forest was there all along. I think they brought the components back together or stole from the Combine and this and that. If I'm happy, I wouldn't care if I didn't add much, says Lambda Genesis. But that's the thing. Through your understanding, you're happy. But if you understood what the Combine understands, you would probably no longer be happy. If you understand all the chaos that erupts around the world, you would potentially have the need to want to take responsibility for this and reduce the misery, reduce the chaos. Because there are civilizations out there which are fighting with each other. And if you knew about that, and if you could see all that misery happening over there, potentially, depending on if you're not psychopath or something, you would want to help out and stop that meaningless meaningless and futile sacrifices of life and resources. But for the Combine, it's life and fuels and all that kind of stuff are important. Everything is important for them. Humans are important because they can be used as a tool to exact order. Everything else, water, coal, uranium, and all that is necessary for the Combine to sustain their empire. This is why this title is called The Combine Are Saving Humanity. I should have put quotations around humanity. Because they see humanity as a bomb that's ticking, tick tock, Century Buster, but Humanity Buster. Humanity Buster! And if nobody has joined Discord right now, it's the time for Ascension. Chat, not right now. It's the time to ascend. It's time to ascend into the Discord server Inlet. Hallelujah. All right. Thank you. Summarizing, the Combine sees humanity as a ticking bomb. All they see is inefficiencies. All they see is pain and suffering. And if there is not everywhere pain and suffering, then the majority of that is what they see. And they have the desire to exact control over everything. So naturally, they want to take over the earth and ascend the human race. That's their point of view. And in their case, they're not really doing anything wrong. Because they are protecting the empire and they're making it bigger. They are helping the humans become something greater than a monkey throwing feces. They're trying to ascend human civilization into the Type 2 and potentially deliver the Universal Union into a Type 3 civilizations where they can control the resources of a whole galaxy. That is the underlying point that the Universal Union is trying to get to. They want to protect the future because the future is grim. The future is cold. The future is uninviting and repelling to think about. Because if you research a little bit, you will know that theoretically the universe will stop moving. There will no longer be any black holes, no stars, and everything will just become ever still. Atoms will pop out of existence, and there will be eternal darkness without a single glimmer of hope. But with the Combine, chat, I'm not trying to depress you guys, all right? I'm not trying to depress you guys. But with the Combine, they see that if they take control over the galaxy and potentially the whole universe, they can find a way to stop this from happening, to stop this ever stillness, this coldness, this chill, and never allow such to happen in the whole time frame of existence. Protect the universe from that stillness. That's a greater goal. And no matter how much they have to push, destroy in order to exact order, they will get to that final goal. And if they don't, they have tried. They have given their best in attempting to stop the ever-growing coldness. So, chat, I mean, I pretty much managed to... I tried my best to summarize this and end it on a good note, but all I did is just make you... I think I just make you sad. I just made you sad. I'm sorry, chat, but I at least I felt sad, and I think you get a little sad about this ever still darkness. But if you think about it, humanity can also get to this level where they can exact control over the universe and stop this ever growing closer darkness of the universe. But this is what I think would happen, and why would the Combine would want to take the resources, take the humans, and move on with the other planets, and just keep controlling stellar system after stellar system until they take control of the galaxy. Because they just want to be able to let things live. They want to stop this. They want to stop this. I'm not going to repeat it again. All right. All right. Let's check your comments, guys. Let's go a little bit up because I don't want to miss stuff here and there. Lazy Cat says, "Monkey go brrr." Spoiling mood. What they're doing? Oh my god. Freeman has a quick hand. Yeah, quick hand in sabotage. Fernando Gamboa says he's here. Hello, Fernando. Roblox says that he would literally join the Combine. Yeah, you're part of the Metro Cops now, and soon the soldiers, and soon you'll be sent to another planet to exact order for the Combine. What? Mariko says I'm trying to play Half-Life 2 Episode 2 on a Samsung notebook. Rip. Rip, rip. Okay. With the Union arrival, free will is taken, but at the same time the borders of the world is taken away. The petty politics no longer exists. Continent? Exactly. Exactly. No more borders. One entity. Which its purpose is to just exact order upon the world. That's it. And this entity is merged with machine, so the prejudice isn't exactly there anymore. They're way more intelligent than your average monkey. They're 50 to a billion times more intelligent. We do not even know who the Combine overlords are. For all we know, they could be computers. Hell, we're in the Matrix, guys. We don't know the amount of intelligence that is running this incredible empire that hasn't even yet fallen apart. The Roman Empire fell apart. Why? Because monkey. Where was the superb intelligence? This is superb intelligence being able to coordinate a whole empire into a single purpose. It doesn't, a selfish monkey will not achieve that. Oh god, I saw the word furry run away. Land Genesis. They're saving the monkeys on Earth, not the idea of humanity that come with it, is what I'm getting. I guess if we have to, Genesis, we have to, in a way, define the humanity, because humanity as we know it will be destroyed. What will remain is humans. The species of humans will persevere and move on to become greater than humanity. In a way, you can say that humanity is obsolete once you're able to become something greater than just a human with selfish thoughts. Because if you become a selfless, you can say selfless pawn for a greater cause, in a way you don't need that humanity to exact order to the chaos. You turn into machine, and it's a scary thought, because you'd be like, but Marcos, if I lose myself, then what's the point? Well, that's your sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself so you can achieve the purpose of order. If you do not sacrifice yourself, then you are selfish. And okay, in the framework of humanity, that's all right. But in the framework of trying to preserve the universe, that's bad, that's damaging. That means that you would be able to make bad choices which would lead to grave consequences. Like tyranny, which leads to even worse choices because of the power tyranny can have, which could mean destroying a whole planet, inciting war and misery. That's what human selfishness can lead to. Sure, the Combine killed a lot of people, but if you think about it, did it have much of a choice? Humanity was going to retaliate anyways. A lot of retaliation and a lot of grave consequences. It's not a black and white. It's a very gray, and there are many aspects which we must take into consideration. But ultimately, humanity, losing your humanity and becoming this greater thing, is a sacrifice that only selflessness could enact. Reject humanity, return to monkey. What? Reject humanity, enter monkey. Mirna says, give Markova $70. He poor. Oh my god, guys, we need more money to buy nuts. Who's gonna be top T? Who's gonna make a nut meter go up so more nut can sustain my humanity so I can keep living? I will die. I cannot die. There is no Combine to protect me. My government doesn't care about me anyways. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? There is no backbone behind my back. I need nuts. Where is nuts? That's funny. Plunk. Walter Bennett says, I'll join the Combine if they have donuts. Sure, they have donuts and nuts. Lots of nuts. Combine propaganda stream. Hey, yeah, but it's the Combine propaganda. In Asterix is fictional. Of course, even if it's fictional, these concepts are pretty practical in a way. Of course, they need to be fleshed out, but this is what I can explain, at least right now. So, Chad, what do you think? Will you join the Combine, or you will resist at it and keep damaging its attempt to bring order to the chaos? Will you fight against it? Sure, you'd think there is unfairness and things and that, but the moment you join the Combine, would there be unfairness at you anymore? This unfairness is in a way, it's like, sure, they're unfair towards you, and Metro cops can be abusive and this and that, but once you join them, is this gonna keep going? Or you join them and you get all the privileges of being that fist, being that sword. It's an incentive to bloody join. More food, more freedom. Well, not exactly, but sure, you're more free to actually enact your judgment. Well, why do you think there's a judgment waiver? Why do you think the Combine has the ability, gives forth the ability for Metro cops and soldiers to enact judgment on their own accord? Because they are the sword that carries forward progress and protection. And if you keep resisting, then of course they're not really gonna protect you. Because you're not really helping them, are you? You're going against them because you still want to be the monkey. To be yourself. Which is perfectly justifiable and understandable. I'm not saying it isn't. But beyond what humanity is able to be, it's futile. Because how are you able to traverse this layer type 1 to type 2 without taking the extra step beyond what humanity is? How are you going to do that? By having constant conflict and borders and these pockets of chaos that you keep creating? You're going to conquer the stellar system by continuously fighting with each other? You're not going to get anywhere with that. And you keep showing that you're unable to not bloody create chaos. There's constant conflict that you're creating. You keep bloody fighting against something, against anything that is trying to transgress into your humanity. So they have to take the measures, extreme measures, to push you forward to the Empire side. Bloody hell, chat, 2 hours, what the hell is going on? I was gonna be like a one hour stream and then you do this to me? What do you think, Chad? What do you think? You like this? Is this interesting? I mean, last time you lied that it was interesting, but is this time gonna be the same thing? Oh, crap. How did they get 2 hours? What is this sorcery? Bloody hell. No, that's impossible. Just 1 hour. No, it's a 1 hour. What am I talking about? Why does it say 2 hours? Nevertheless, don't worry, chat. Continent. I have too much freedom. I eat too much. With the Combine rationing program, I can finally stay fit. Thank you, Union. I keep wanting more, but Union slap my wrist, so I stay in line. Then they give me machine in head. And now I don't even think about it. Machine just say body. Machine say to body. No more thinking about food. And it happens. and all my problems disappear. It's like those advertisements where they tell you all your problems go away with this device, with this special pill. But it actually works. Oh my god, I have to tell everybody. I tell friends, where is stun stick? I get stun stick now. And you start, no, no. Oh god. No, this is scary. I mean, from a human perspective, this is scary for me, but understanding the thinking behind the Combine, sure, but otherwise, oof, no. It also can be used as an excuse by selfish individuals. Oof. Tricky. Mjolnir says, I'm a rat. Oh my god. Tommy is a part of the resistance. But you now expose yourself. They're coming after you, Tommy. Run! Run for your life before they come and take everything from you. Especially your special hat. Brrr. Fire hose behind Master. Markovas. Easter egg. What about outlet? What about that thing next to fire? That thing. You see that? What is that? Oh, you no longer see it. Easter egg ended. Whoever can upload the Easter egg gets extra Combine rationing points. Lambda Genesis says that is interesting. And also Kulu Walter Bennett. Awesome. Awesome. You know about this gunship? You know this gunship? You know about the nuts there on the bottom? Who's gonna contribute to the cause of ascending humanity with nuts? But this gunship, I kind of dislike this damn picture, to be honest. That's all right. You see the chat? No, chat. You see this? You see those balls? Oh, I changed it. Yeah, those balls of the gunship. What do you think they are used for in its organic life? A vision? I think it's the eyes. Mjolnir says we want Dark Mesa stream. When? What do you mean right now? Oh, you can have Dark Mesa stream. Oh, chat, we entered the Dark Mesa stream. Do you see how dark it is? Oh, it's like my head is floating in the air. Oh, is it the contrast mod? It's like, I am artificial intelligence. Everything I do is for the Empire. Judgment waiver is in effect. Gordon Freeman must be captured. Chat, do you want light back, or you like my awful face that's been ruined by life? Yeah, put on the light. Bloody hell, look, hey, they can see that my scars on my face. No. Okay, they can no longer see my scars on my face. Good. So Giddy Games. Maybe new creatures from another alien planet will spawn due to every time a space kraken's child. What are you talking about? You mean the kraken in the sea that fell through? Yeah. So, yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, it's fine. Chat, I think we've ended the topic and we can talk a bit about stuff, but we're going towards the end of the stream. So any more questions, crazy questions are accepted as the next stepping stone of potential ideas for a next topic. Wink, wink. The Combine overlords must be accepted into our lives. Yeah. Let me just go up if I have missed something. Apart from wanting Dark Mesa stream. Mjolnir, you had it. No more. No more Dark Mesa. Michael says, the Combine are saving us by making us into horrible, terrifying machines. They're not. They're saving us from ourselves, because otherwise we're gonna destroy ourselves. Even if we don't actually destroy ourselves, their impression on the human race is destruction. Get it? If your impression on someone is that they're self-destructive, you'd be bound to help them by any means necessary. If they have psychological disorder, they need help, right? So in a way, the Combine sees Earth as having a big issue that can only be fixed by taking control over Earth due to the bad decisions that are made by the management, which is the countries. All right? So yeah, okay, sure, they may turn people into machines, but initially they give the choice. And those who resist become a forced tool. In this case, a stalker or a soldier. Of course, I don't think they actually give resistance members the ability to become soldiers. Or they become obsolete in half time. But I think that if you join in voluntarily, you can become the fist. If you resist, you just become a small cog, like a stalker. That's how it is. Well, if you do it voluntarily, you are rewarded. If you resist, you are punished. It's how it is. And it's one thing or the other. I mean, sure, soldiers lose part of who they are, but they're given the freedom. Even if they are bound to Overwatch and the Combine, they have the freedom to make their own judgment, even if their judgment is muddled. That's how it is. Marco, was he stalker in Combine Army? No, 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 says Mjolnir. Hem the Buttman says, but didn't Combine fail if there is resistance? Hey, they took Earth for 7 hours. Sure, there's a resistance, they can send another wave. But why would they come back to Earth? They've already taken what they want. Potentially, the only way they could come back to Earth is try and take back the teleportation technology and all the remaining soldiers. They don't care about the rest of the humans. What's the use of that? Potentially, they come back to Earth and they take everything that's left, the leftovers, they just take them. And then they just leave Earth to do whatever it wants. And the rest of the humans can do whatever they want. Because the Empire doesn't care anymore. They've taken what they can. Lambda Genesis makes it very nice. Resist, screw. Join, screwdriver. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much how it has been established. Not saying it's nice and stuff, but it's definitely something that they've put into practice. If you have a better idea of how they could have brought order to the planet, sure, but Tommy is back. Echo 27 says, isn't humanity basically potatoed? No. By potatoed, bad word. Since the Combine are draining the oceans, adds Echo 27. The Earth is kind of fucked, yeah. There's however you look at it, they don't really care anymore about the Earth. What they can care about is pretty much acquisition in the stellar system, Earth's sun. Also the gas planets, all the rest of the planets taking their resources, but they don't care much about Earth. Of course, they would want to take the soldiers, they would want to take their equipment off of the planet if the planet becomes obsolete, right? And if you think about it, they could potentially take control over Earth's core, because Earth's core has a lot of energy potential as well. So in a way, maybe they're not. Oh, my throat. Is there no water? There is. Because they have the ability to further take resources from the planet. They've drained the oceans, but under the layers of crust, there's other resources. Uranium, gold, metals, even the coal. They can take everything, and they haven't fully. And the Earth's core also. The sun. We don't see really a Dyson sphere in the stellar system of Earth. The Earth stellar system. I forgot what it's called. And if you forgot, join the Discord chat. Lim Yong Zwan. They can betray if they're not the metropolis. Their mind as a combined soldier is wiped out. Yeah, why? But that's the thing. They don't really need a mind. They only need to be able to benefit the Empire. And pretty much, I think it's voluntarily. If you're a Metro cop, you have the ability to accept being a soldier. So it's not like you're really forced into it. It's like you see what you do, you start seeing a purpose. Sure, you're fed propaganda, but at the same time, you start believing in it. And you want to become something more than a monkey. So you take a journey into becoming half machine, half man. And you become a combined soldier. And you sacrifice your memory for the combined union. You do that voluntarily. They're not really forcing you. And they're going to take care of everything you need. And you understand that you're doing this for a cause that you believe in. And if you resist, you understand that what is there really to be gained other than being destroyed fully by this incredible civilization? Would you want to be a part of this civilization? Or would you rather go against it and perish? What choice are you going to take? Is it fair? Not really. But that's how the world is. And you have to accept reality. And your choice is what's going to dictate your future. You're going to be the screw or a screwdriver. What's it going to be? Of course, people are just going to take the screwdriver. It's the easier choice, right? Now I have talked how good is union, now time to speak of the cons. Continuet. You do not speak about the cons of the union. The cons of the union really are that the Combine don't really care how they get their results, other than the most efficient path to those results. That's the con, which means that, oh, for crying out loud, it's this guy again. 0-bit. You go into timeout. Wait, what? Bloody hell, it's like this guy goes insane. It's like he's got some kind of hysteria, rapid hysteria or something. He's got the monkey disease. 0-bit's got the monkey disease. What was I saying? That the cons are that the Combine Empire would do anything to be as most efficient as possible. Which means it's going to step any kind of rights if it can achieve its greater goals. That's the con. It's not exactly fair to the civilization that's being subjugated. But it's how it is. And if they manage to get to a Type 2 civilization by doing this, I guess it's the most efficient way to get to a Type 2 civilization. If in our world we had a universal union which came to Earth and tried to combine us with the universal union, get us to join, then I'd say that they were way more effective than our current way of doing things. Because if they've managed to achieve a Type 2, surely our ways of doing things are kind of awful, right? You can achieve a Type 2 civilization if you're doing things wrong. You get it, chat? It's impossible. So even if it's in a way, even if it's fictional, look at it this way. If it were to happen in our world, and that was the case, would you join in what has proven to the world that works, or you would keep being the monkey and resist against what has proven to work? I state my case. The hell? This thing froze. Let me just refresh the chat, because damn laggy thing. Gordon Freeman posted some memes. Gotcha. Lucas Canwell, hey, you're a cool streamer. Thank you. Best streamer, you. And smallest go, EU as well. Who's gonna contribute to the nuts pile? Who's becoming Big D? Oh my god. Also, join Discord right now. If you haven't, best place. And we're gonna wrap up the stream very, very soon. Just give me a second. The most efficient path isn't the most humane. Yeah, pretty much Lambda Genesis. It's how it is. That's why we're saying why they're saving humanity, but not the but they're turning humanity into something different. And in humanity's point of view, that's negative. Just how it is. But we aren't sure if they've done this type 2 before. It may be heavily flawed. Sure, it may be heavily flawed, but if they've achieved a type 2, it's already good enough. You just can't achieve a type 2 without it being flawed, because it's just going to collapse on itself. And it's not like they're doing this from yesterday. They've been doing this for a very long time, just judging by the type of soldiers they have. Because they have a variety of species made into soldiers and equipment. The Strider, the gunship, the dropship, those scanner things, that little synth crab. All of these species were put into the Union. This isn't happening for 100 years. This has been happening for a very long time. Tommy is thinking about joining the Carbide. You get extra perks. You get to be your own boss. No, you're not gonna get to be your own boss, but you know the drill. Metro Cop, Soldier Cop, Extra Cop. Lambda Genesis, in the Combine's view, human downfall already has been occurring. In their view, the humans are already destroying themselves. Yeah? And if you say that's not true, look at the world around us. We don't need to speak in fiction to see that humans are really damaging the human race as a whole, with very bad, selfish decisions that are being made. There's a lot of good as well, which is being overshadowed by the bad, but there's still a lot of self-destruction occurring every day. Hopefully, as we progress further into civilization of a better world, we will manage to unite this damn globe of rock. And instead of constantly fighting with each other, we'd be able to join in and live together as a whole. Instead of constantly fighting and resisting this, resisting that, we'd be able to cooperate and fully create the Earth's union and go beyond what humanity has to offer. Because the humanity we currently have arises a lot of conflict. And if we can just get around that, accept that progress is greater than ourselves, we can potentially achieve a civilization, a golden civilization with prosperity, with a golden age that never ends, and the ability to give everyone a fair chance without forcing them into decisions like the Universal Union. The problem is that such a thing occurring is incredibly hard to do. How are you going to make the parts of the world how are you going to stop the pockets of resistance on the world? By being friendly, right? Are you going to tell them, don't do that, please? And then they pull out the AK-47s and they start shooting and crossing borders. And you keep saying, oh, please, don't do that, it's bad. And they keep doing it anyways. You need to take initiative, which is what the Combine did. You'd be way better administrator than Breen. Even if I would be the administrator, I wouldn't really have much of a ability to mitigates the Combine, to change the Combine's way of how they do things. Of course, I could potentially negotiate like Breen does, in a way that's even more beneficial to humanity and preserve as best as I can humanity, but I'd say Breen did a good job to the extent of what abilities he had, and resources and power. I wouldn't say Breen did a bad job. Could have he done a better job? Sure, but he was very limited. He was very limited. And his power was also kind of weak, because, as we said, he was just, in a way, he was put as a poster card for the Combine. He wasn't really meant to have any kind of power. Which is sad, because if they had actually given him power, he might have done better, you know. Subject. What is that? Is that rain? Is that snow? It's rain. Oh, sure. Continues, but yet will never happen a combined Earth, a unified world. Human will never trust one another. A unified world shattered. Why not hope for the best and believe that it can happen? I think that's a very nice thing to think about. A unified world. It sounds very nice. Very tricky to execute. And let's not use that. Very tricky to create and sustain. But a very nice thought. Just thinking about it. To achieve such harmony on Earth, it would be groundbreaking. That would mean that we're no longer just going to be stuck on Earth. We'll be able to go beyond, create Dyson spheres around our sun, and have incredible amounts of energy. And anyone can do anything. Because there's going to be resources for everybody. And in a way, maybe we can even make money obsolete. Because right now it's necessary. But if there's so much energy that it's abundant, then everything can be provided to everyone. And why do you even need money then? Because everybody can contribute to this unified world. It's like, why do you need money if you can just contribute to the world and everything is taken care of? You get it? Snark asks, there are subtitles under each of your videos. Do you write them? I'm sorry right away for my English because I use translator. It's alright. It's like, translators are pretty nice actually. They work very good. So keep using it. Yeah, I do. I actually write all of the subtitles, at least the English ones. The other ones that I kind of auto-translate because I can't know more languages, and it's like I know English very nicely and other languages is oof. So yeah, but I kind of auto-translate the rest. But otherwise, English 100%. Why? What subtitles are you using, Snark? If using other subtitles other than English, are they alright? Because I've tested it. I've pretty much tested to see if the translation is alright, and by what I've seen, it's acceptable. Hand bump man. Of course, I could leave translations to other people, but I need to be able to, what's the word, curate, which is kind of tricky because then I gotta manage it. Of course, if somebody wants to take initiative and translate, you're free to do so. We will incorporate it into videos. But somebody has to want to do that, right? Because I don't know Polish and I wouldn't be able to write a proper Polish translation, right? Of course, I'd rather be able to do it, but I just can't. I gotta use the tools available to me. But if anybody wants to do them, send over translations and they'll be incorporated. First they'll be tested to see if there's any bad words, and then integrated. So chat, I'm just skimming through. See, enter monkey. So chat, join the Discord. We see Nightbots promoting financial means. So if you want, you can join Discord. No, it's not a want. The Combine says you must join the Inlet's Discord, or else you will be turned into a stalker. You want Metro Cop? Be Metro Cop. And also, as Nightbot says, and not everyone, you can support Inlet for more, and we will keep on trudging along. And look, we will check the nut pile. Thank you for coming by. It's been awesome having you here. Ask question, engage, go crazy, and I think it worked nicely. I hope you've understood why the Combine are trying to save humanity the way they are. Do I agree with it? Do I don't agree with it? Well, they could have done it way better. That's what I disagree with. But yeah, they did it not as good as they could have. They kind of screwed up, but in a way, if they've achieved type 2, it's something I can't go against, right? Imagine not joining Discord server. Pretty cringe. I agree, Walter Bennett. Oh my god. This is like your last cue to join Discord. It is the last option, the last chance. So thank you for coming by, chat. There will be more. Stay tuned for more streams. If you've enjoyed it, you can voice it. You've already voiced it though, so I don't really have to repeat myself. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming by. It's like I'm a broken voice box, repeating the same thing. Oh, HeoG, the biggest D. He has joined the chat. HeoG, welcome. The thing is, HeoG though, is that we are ending the stream. Yes. The thing is, we're ending because it's been an hour and my throat hurts. Oh my god. But HeoG, what we have figured out is that the Combine are trying to save humanity. How? Well, it's a long story. So thank you for everybody for joining in, and see you next time, which is going to be very, very soon. Now, where is Lamar? I had Lamar, and now I don't have it. Is that